What is going on, everybody? And we are here on site at Mercedes Benz Stadium here in Atlanta. The Charlotte vibe is actually traveling to an away game, but hey, we are here. I'm Andre Cassidy alongside the man of the people, Chris Jenkins today. How you doing?
I'm going to point this out now. This is a wristband that we must wear. You probably can't see it, but it's super tight, so if I pass out doing the broadcast, because Andre tied this thing super tight,
take responsibility
and I can barely move, but I have to keep it on so we can get back up to the press box. But I'm doing pretty good, man.
Yeah.
It's a little bit rainy out that I didn't prepare for.
A little damp, a little dreary.
So hope that it doesn't rain, because neither one of us has any kind of rain gear to make it through.
And I didn't pack before we left yesterday, so I was kind of in a scramble. I don't know if you noticed, I had to get these dress pants literally on the road last night. So, but we are here, and we are about to cover this lovely matchup today that we didn't think was going to be possible. Who would have thought this game right here would be the key indicator for the NFC South race? Whoever wins today will have first place in the NFC South.
First place.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? And
2 weeks ago,
and our record would be at that point, well, I don't know. We're going to go through records and that. I don't want to jump the gun, but I'm excited to be here. We had some adversity, both of us, in getting here. We won't talk about mine.
We won't,
but I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. So let's go over some transactions real quick as we get started here.
Oh, and let me also say, because sometimes we forget.
Yes.
Who do you think is going to win today? All right, so me and Andre are going to get you prepared for today's game. We got some facts that we're going to go over. But start leaving your comments now. These shows are live for the purpose of interacting with you 100%, right? So go ahead and start leaving those comments now, especially leaving. If you want to do score predictions, go for it, but let us know who you think is going to win.
Absolutely, and this is a key matchup today. So let's take a look at some of the transactions that Carolina had over the past couple of days. They activated running back Spencer Brown via standard elevation back on the 29th.
Okay.
And then Henry Anderson was placed on the non-football illness list, which basically means he's unable to practice because it was an injury or something that was unrelated to football, so he is unable to practice.
All right.
So he won't
more
be.
snaps for Marquise Haynes and Yetur.
Yep.
Right. He was doing pretty solid too. Henry Anderson was when he was coming back. Well, not coming back, but when he joined the team. So, all right, appreciate that.
Yeah.
I got a feeling you're pausing because I'm next.
Yeah.
Am
I believe
next?
so. Right.
I'm sorry, we're honestly not used to so much activity. Normally we do our pregame shows outside
right?
of the stadium. There's still activity, but right now you have that extra like football can hit you in the head kind of element that we're not used to. But if I get hit in the head, maybe you guys
and
will
we're
hit
in
the
an indoor stadium too. That's the other part of it. So there's so much echo behind us right now with all the sound and everything. So we are in uncharted territory right now, as they say. Right?
And let me just say this now: you guys are probably enjoying a very clear broadcast here from live at the Mercedes Benz Stadium. So do us a favor, hit that like button if you haven't already done so. Subscribe, help us get to 6,000 play. I'm going to tell you right now why you need to hit the subscribe button. You want to? Should I spill the beans? I think is what it's called.
I think so.
All right, let's spill the beans.
Spill the beans.
Reasons why you should go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. Tomorrow, the legendary Steve Smith Sr. will be joining us on our show.
Ace Boogie?
Yeah.
No way.
No, not Ace Boogie. That's Cam.
Oh.
That's Cam. Oh, yeah. I got to save you on that one. I got to save you on Ace Boogie's Cam. He won't be joining us, but Smitty.
But hey, down the road, he may join us. You never know.
You never know.
I may be speaking it into existence.
You
right
never
now.
know. And then also quarterback P.J. Walker is scheduled to join us tomorrow on the show.
Who isn't Ace Boogie, but hey, he's a pretty significant
guy,
right?
So help Andre and I continue to get these players on the show. Please consider hitting that subscribe button. Hit the like button if you haven't already done so. It helps other Panther fans find out about us. And go ahead and get your coffee ready. Set your reminder tomorrow to join us for what I'm sure will be an entertaining show with those people on there.
Whenever Steve Smith is anywhere, it's always an entertaining back and forth. And they're already having a back and forth right now off camera. So, I mean, it is going to be a relatively fun show. And I can't wait to be there with you as well.
So you can be part of the roasting?
Oh, well, we'll see. We'll see.
All right, let's go ahead and get you up to date with this matchup today. The Carolina Panthers are 2-5 with a chance to be 3-5 today. And as Andre spoke about, we're going to show you here in a second, a chance to be atop the NFC South. But we're 2-5 after defeating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 21-3 last week, almost a shutout. Even though I will say it's a little bit skewed because it was late in the game, they couldn't go for field goals.
Yeah.
So, some people said they should have been shut out, but nobody wants that goose egg, right? So they kicked the field goal.
Regardless, it was still pretty impressive what they did last week.
It was great. Tom Brady didn't throw a touchdown. So that's impressive when you have that happen with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Atlanta Falcons are 3-4. Interesting fact, even though I'm kind of jumping ahead, I didn't put it in the list.
Yeah.
The Atlanta Falcons have not won a division game. I hope I'm not jinxing anything. They have not won a division matchup yet, so we'll see how the Panthers will fare today. Again, leave your comments below in terms of if you think the Panthers will win or the Falcons will win. But the Falcons fell last week to the Cincinnati Bengals, which we play next week.
Yes.
But we felt the Falcons fell to the Bengals 35-17 last week. And these two teams have played each other 54 times. And as much as we don't like the Falcons and we talk about the Falcons, they lead the series. They lead the series right now 34-20. Overall, the Falcons lead, and they also have a pretty good record playing here in Atlanta. The Falcons lead that part with a record of 8-19. So while you all are sitting there enjoying this show, hopefully, I'm going to go back to that record that I talked about here right now. Well, no. Let's go ahead and show you that record. So there you go. You see the Tampa Bay and Atlanta are 3-4. Carolina's 2-5. So they win today. Tampa already lost.
So they should be 3-5, right? Tampa Bay.
Yeah, they should be 3-5. So sorry that that's not updated there for you. But we have a chance, as you see here, to go ahead and get ahead. So I don't want to show that yet. We're going to come back to that. You didn't see that yet. So, Andre, what are some interesting facts
Yeah,
to
let's
get us
go
ready
over
for this
that
matchup today?
We had
You're
a
going to
lot
get hit with
good.
the football? There's none been thrown yet.
Not yet.
We're good.
Knock on wood that doesn't happen. But regardless, that'd be pretty funny if it did for our viewing audience, right?
Any comments? Are we doing good on audio and everything so far?
We're doing pretty good so far, it looks like.
Okay.
A couple of interesting ones so far that we'll get to here in a little bit. Don't worry, we'll get to your comments here in just a short while. But just to talk about last week and some of the few interesting facts that took place last week, a lot of good happened. Let's start with quarterback P.J. Walker, who made his second consecutive start for the Panthers for the first time in his 3-year career.
So today's going to be number 3, huh?
So today will be 3. But up to that point, this was the first time that he has ever had consecutive starts in his career. So that's a pretty significant
And if
deal
I
for
can
him.
super quick comment on that, I like that because the more I know I like him better as a starter than coming off the bench.
Yeah.
So I'm not predicting we're going to have last week's performance today, but I feel like that's something to build on for him.
Right. But speaking of last week's performance, he completed 16 of 22 for 177 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the key part right there, no interceptions. So I think when it comes down to it, P.J. Walker, if he takes care of the football and he does what he does, which is slinging the ball down the field, hopefully that stays consistent, I think we'll have a pretty good opportunity today.
Okay.
Moving forward, Carolina ran for a season-high 173 yards, and that was something that Steve Wilks brought up in the postgame in the locker room, was the fact that they were able to run the ball so well. So hopefully that can be something that they can continue to do today. And then last week was the first time that the Panthers defense did not allow a touchdown since week 11 of the 2020 season against the Detroit Lions. So maybe that will be something that we can continue today. Who knows?
Hey, lots of good, I hope we win today. It's always much more fun when we win. You look at the interesting facts compared to when we lose. Yeah. And then the ones after we win, pretty good. But that when hearing you go over that, that tells me how great the turnaround was last week. And I just hope that we can build off of that this week.
And it was just so impactful, too. I mean, you just felt the vibe throughout the stadium last week.
I like when you said that. Say it again. You felt the what?
I felt the vibe. Not the Charlotte vibe, but just the general vibe.
Yes, the Charlotte vibe. You always feel the Charlotte vibe.
Yes. But, I mean, it was just so refreshing. Hopefully that can continue today here in Atlanta.
Hopefully so. All right, so building off of that, previous weeks we haven't had top 10 rankings, right? It was like several weeks, and I'm like, man, this is the first time that we haven't had top 10 rankings. And now we have those top 10 rankings, right? Okay. So let's go ahead and go through a few. Offensively, we still don't have any on the offensive side yet, right? No offensive rankings, but we are currently ranked 12th in rushing yards per attempt, as you mentioned earlier. I forget the number. You remember the number on the rushing yards we had last week?
It's like 173 yards.
Right. So
season high 173 yards.
That helped bring us from 15th to 12th in rushing. So we're kind of now getting near a top 10 ranking for the offense in yards, rushing yards per attempt. We'll see how that goes today. Defensively, we're back in the top 10.
Oh, there we go. That's what we like to see.
Yep, the same exact category. That's kind of funny to me. Ironic, I guess, more so than funny, that they have a top 10 ranking. The same category on the offense, the same category that they could be on the defense. But nevertheless, rushing yards per attempt, we're currently ranked 8th. Did you hear me say 8th?
8th?
I don't know if that's a word, but currently ranked.
Well, you just made up a new word right there.
Currently ranked 8th in rushing yards per attempt on the defensive side, averaging 4.13 yards per rush. So there we have it. I think I'm just going to slow down and maybe I won't make up words, all right?
But nevertheless, I mean, hopefully we can continue with those trends today, because I think that's the identity that they're trying to look for, is running the ball and then controlling the line of scrimmage on the other side of the football.
Yeah.
So as we go to my favorite part,
yes,
our
it's
notable
always your favorite part.
Since this is a divisional opponent, we're definitely going to have at least a couple, you would imagine.
You would imagine.
So Damiere Byrd, who is currently on Atlanta, he's one of their top receivers for Atlanta. He played for us back 2016 to 2018, so he had a good couple of years here in Carolina.
I hope I see him.
Yeah.
Interesting fact, I know you haven't been with us long.
Yeah.
Damiere Byrd has been on the show.
Okay.
So hopefully I'll see Damiere Byrd today, and he does well. Not well enough for the Falcons to win.
Yeah, we need him to stay under control, that's for sure. But he is one of those fast, speedy dudes that you have to keep an eye on, especially for the Panthers defense.
Yep.
And then for the Falcons, safety Dean Marlowe, which I didn't know this part, he played for Carolina back in 2015 and 2016. I did not know that one as well, so that's another interesting connection that we have over here.
Another guy that I hope, he never made it on the show.
Yeah.
But I would always see him out at the park walking his dog.
Really?
Yes, all the time I'd see him out at the park walking his dog.
So he's a multi-talented guy on and off the field, taking care of the responsibilities, even off the field, by walking his dog. You love to see it right there. Always got to walk the dog when you have the opportunity
walk the dog.
too.
Right. All right, so we got things to watch. Things to watch?
Yes.
Things to watch is Andre Cassidy being hit by a football today, as we are, I don't know.
I guess it's the karma that I get for
10, 15 yards.
His wristband super duper tight, so I mean,
this thing is so tight.
But he's surviving.
So far.
Toughing it out, right?
So far. So again, comments. Welcome to comments. I haven't had a chance to take a peek at them, but we're pretty much through our pregame show, so we're going to start getting into those comments. We want to talk about what you guys are curious to know about. Again, the show's live for me and Andre for the purpose of talking with you guys, being an engaging show. So things to watch. Wide receiver DJ Moore kind of came back to life a little bit last week.
Thank goodness, because we were all wondering, when is it going to happen?
Yeah. So it helps when the coaching staff has a plan to throw the ball down the field. So he was targeted, I don't know how many times he was targeted, but he had 7 receptions for 69 yards last week. So certainly for the sake of DJ's mental and just building steam, and he's a solid wide receiver, that we continue to see DJ Moore get involved with the offense. Additionally, Atlanta relies a lot on the run. Okay, they don't rely on their quarterback to throw the ball down the field, which probably is not a bad thing. We've had our secondary has been pretty good for us. But here's a good matchup, right? So they rely on the run, but we're also a top 10 in stopping the run. So just in terms of my opinion and the opportunity for the Carolina Panthers to get a victory today, I feel like those two things in itself lends a hand to saying there's a pretty good chance that the Carolina Panthers should fare well today, because they're top 10, and that's what the Falcons rely on. So watch the run game for the Atlanta Falcons, the run defense for the Carolina Panthers. Quarterbacks don't do well against us, so likely means that they will rely on the run, which I already just talked about. Sorry there for my redundant note.
Well, and the other part of it too, we should be getting J.C. Horn back, so that should be another interesting thing to look at as our secondary starts to get healthy again. Are they going to be attacking our secondary because they know how good of our run defense is? We'll see what they do in order to adjust to some of the changes that they'll see with how our lineup's set up today.
People always talk about starting fast, and for some reason I don't like that. Of course you want to start. When do you not want to start fast? But I feel like that's a good possibility today. If we start fast, get some points up on the board in the first quarter, or certainly at least get points on the board before the Falcons. And they had to start kind of playing behind. I don't think that I think that puts them in a big hole.
They're going to have no other choice but to pass the ball in that kind of scenario. So that would be a very interesting thing to see if that kind of happens early on here in the game.
And here's what could lend itself to that. This Atlanta Falcons defense played the Cincinnati Bengals last week, and I'm not saying P.J. Walker is Joe Burrow. All right? But you could say last week he was Joe Burrow in terms of his accuracy and getting that ball down the field. They gave up nearly 400 yards passing.
Wow.
Nearly 400 yards passing last week to the Cincinnati Bengals. So again, P.J. Walker's getting some more confidence. He's known that he's going to be the starter the whole week. For the second, this is going to be for the third consecutive week.
So another week of preparation as a starter.
So I just feel like we have a really good chance to put it on the Falcons today with that information right there. And of the Falcons allowing so many yards, their run defense for the Panthers being pretty good. And that's what the Falcons rely on. And Mariota not really having too many targets to throw the ball down the field in case they get behind. I'm liking it.
And he's not really a gunslinger either. I mean, he's more of like a dick and dunk kind of quarterback, kind of plays within the system. But he also uses his legs as a way to like establish himself, as that quarterback for Atlanta. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes, but we have to force him to pass the ball today if we want to have any success against their offense.
And I'm sorry if you guys see my eyes moving around. It's still different.
Right?
Being out on the field pre-game. Who's that behind us? Dante Jackson? He's not dressed. Well, none of these guys are dressed yet.
That's not a good sign.
No, none of the guys are dressed yet. No, see? Nobody's dressed.
Right?
They're dressing a little bit. But let's go ahead and see what you guys think about who's going to win today. I'm going to go ahead and show you. Started doing this recently. What national media thinks about who's going to win today. NFL.com, ESPN, SI.com. Last week we said, what does SB stand for?
Yeah, what do they stand for, actually?
I looked it up and I forget. I'm forgetting.
You forgot it already?
Yeah, it's something. I think it's sports blog, right? S is sports, B is B. Yeah, sports blog. So that's what it stands for. But anyway, SB Nation says Falcons, Sport News, everybody. So how many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I don't know. Everybody thinks that the Panthers have no chance to win today.
That's 4 of them, or actually 8 national media sites right there.
You want to give us your pick before we get to these comments?
I'm gonna go against the media today.
Okay.
I'm gonna go against the national media because last week it was pretty clear that they wanted Tampa Bay to win, and then we kind of just shocked everybody by winning last week. And I think this week we're going to be seeing some of the same things that we saw last week. If they're able to run the ball and control the line of scrimmage, I think Carolina can actually win today. I'll probably say 27-20. I think.
You're making it close.
Yeah, it's going to be a close game. They always play it close whenever it's a divisional opponent. So I mean, you can't anticipate a blowout, but who knows? Maybe that would happen. But I'm taking Carolina to win today. I mean, they restored my faith in the team last week because I was pretty bleak coming into last week in terms of the outlook. But after that performance last week, I mean, I have some faith again. So, I mean, there's that at least. So, Carolina 27-20. That's my pick for today's game.
All right. So, time to get into these comments here. If anything is wrong, blame Andre because he's supposed to be checking the comments to make sure that nothing's going wrong here.
I am, though.
All right.
I'm looking through it.
That's great.
No complaints on the audio side as of yet.
All right. As of yet,
okay. Right?
What about the video?
Video, everybody's saying it's good.
If you like this video and you hadn't hit the thumbs up button yet, I know you wonder, why do people do it? It's kind of annoying. We kind of hate to keep doing that, but we love to bring you content. Like you said, we got Steve Smith and P.J. Walker coming on tomorrow. We got other players lined up. The bigger we grow, the more that helps that process. So that's why we ask for it so much. All right, so let's go ahead and scroll up here.
Let's take a look at some of these comments. I'm seeing a lot of juicy ones in here already.
I'm not sure what this one was here. Let's see. I got my screen I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger here. All right. Thomas Hayes, yes.
What's going on, Thomas?
We're here.
We are here somehow, some way, but we're here.
Bo.
What's going on, Bo? Good to see you again.
Let's see here. I'm trying to get through all of these here.
Yeah.
Let's see, Tin Tizzy.
Tin Tizzy, a regular. Good to see you again, as always. Representing from New Jersey, I believe. He's a Jersey guy, right?
I
believe so.
Because I think he explained how he shows love.
Yeah, last week. So good to see you again.
Alec Oven, what up, Chris and Andre? Rather watch you guys than watch the Broncos embarrass themselves.
Again?
Are they really?
Wow.
That was a 9 o'clock game?
Yeah, it's them and Jacksonville, right? I believe. So
let me get a little.
Wonder if we can pull up the score real quick.
Let me get a little peep at the scoreboard to see what we got here.
Oh my.
That's not embarrassing. 10-7.
10-7, but
unless you're talking about maybe the performance of somebody's really bad. But the score-wise, that's not embarrassing.
For them, though, that's still pretty, like offensively speaking, that's still pretty putrid. To only put up 7 points, and they're already in the third quarter. That's a little concerning for Nathaniel Hackett and what's going on over there in Denver.
10 Tizzy, yep, Agent 89. Thomas Hayes says PJ is going to throw for 300
That
yards.
is probably the boldest thing that I've seen so far.
But if Burrow gave up 300,
yeah,
I'm sorry, almost 400.
400 yards.
Why
right?
could PJ not get 300?
I mean, it's reasonable.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with you, Thomas. I'm on your side. I don't think that's too big of a stretch. I'm going to cheer for it. 10 Tizzy says Mike's good, video's great.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate the feedback.
I'm going to let you read this one.
All right, so we got Zach Thomas. You guys are doing great, and it sounds awesome. I feel like we're doing good, and we're looking pretty good as well.
Yeah.
So thanks for the comment. Thanks for appreciating
all
of our lovely setup that we have over here with the mics and the lights here, too. We're looking pretty official.
You know what's saving us right now?
What?
They really haven't cranked up the music yet. So once, probably I'd say closer to 11:30.
This is pretty tame?
Yeah, this is.
Because I think this is pretty loud. This is my first time here.
No.
To me, at least, this is pretty loud. So
it's probably, I'd say probably about 11:30. Like, this is really like on snooze level right now.
Yeah.
When they turn it up for regular, you will not hear yourself talking. So, but
can I say this too? It's almost 11:30. Where is everybody?
Scott Fitter is here. He's walking behind us.
Yeah, but like I'm just looking in the stands right now. Shout out to Scott Fitterer, by the way. Where is everybody at? It's still relatively empty right now.
We should pull the move like the big stations do.
Yeah.
Say, hey, hold on, I see Scott Fitterer. Let me go and bring him
in here real quick, right?
Hey, Scott, just wanted to ask you a few questions before the game today.
Off to our left. He's over
still
here
off to our
talking to
left?
somebody. Yeah, I can see him.
I might try that.
Yeah.
If he gets closer.
I mean, who's to say why not? Nobody's going to stop us, right?
Just say, Scott, can you just say hello?
Yeah, just say hello to everybody here on our live stream here.
All right.
Who else we got? Rodney
W.
What's going on? Good to see you again here.
Zach Thomas wants to score prediction. You already gave it 27-20, right?
27-20. Do you want to give out yours?
I don't do scores.
You don't?
I don't do scores. I don't even do predictions.
Yeah.
But I did say in the pregame show so far that I feel really, really good about the Panthers' chances today, based on the fact that our run defense is solid.
Yep.
Very good, top 10, actually 8th ranked in the league, and Atlanta goes to rely on their run.
Yep.
So I think that'll be a matchup that we can win. And then Atlanta's been kind of weak in their pass defense recently, and I feel like P.J. Walker's certainly confident from last week. And I feel like if he gets going a little bit, that he'll start slinging it. I mean,
oh yes.
You got some receivers. DJ Moore got to eat last week, right? But you still got some guys that are pretty hungry. Shi Smith has struggled all season.
Yep.
So if he gets an opportunity, I'm sure he's going to be excited. And then, like you just mentioned, Terrace Marshall Jr., he's been ready to get into it, right?
Yes.
He's been building a little bit. So I feel like those guys, they're hungry too. They get the ball a little bit, and I feel like we could really get rolling.
There could be some
in the passing
Halloween
game today.
feasting happening today. I mean, we'll see. I can't say Thanksgiving because we're still about a month out. But these boys are hungry. Terrace Marshall and Shi Smith, they're ready to prove something here today.
Let's see. I feel like I skipped over something, but see, DJ gets start when. What does it say? DJ gets.
Stats when the quarterback actually throws to him.
Again, sorry, it's a lot going on around us. And
but it's a fair point, though.
And then let's see where we're at next here. Do what he said. Hit the like button. We need it. It helps a lot. So please do that.
As often as you can. Everybody out there listening, do not forget to do that.
Look at this. Look, I'm going to let you take this. I'm going to let you take this because I haven't mentioned it. So you go ahead, take it.
How do I even pronounce his name?
Just, I don't know, spell it. Mr. Mojo Risen 241.
Regardless, however you pronounce your name, thank you for the donation of $10 with the super chat. And then he also had a question as well. Will J.C. Horn play again today?
Well, quick plug about the super chat.
Yeah.
Independent media, 100% supported by your viewership, donations, and contributions. So anytime you have an opportunity to give $1, give $2, please do so. It helps us do what we do.
Absolutely. I mean, that was awfully generous of you to do that. So thank you from both of us for being able to do that today. So to get to your question, will J.C. Horn play today? It's a reasonable possibility. Of course, he's been out for the past 2 weeks. I feel like they've been taking the cautious approach with his injury and just kind of being safe, because they don't want this injury that he has to linger on throughout the season.
Right.
But Steve Wilkes did say that he did look good during practice, and he actually did practice for a good bit this week. So there is a reasonable chance that he could play today, and we would like to see him out there today because he's arguably our best corner already in his second year here with us.
I'll let you read off.
Blackshear with a big opportunity today with the potential of not having Chuba Hubbard out there today. So it's probably going to be him alongside Deontay Foreman, who will be holding down the run game today.
Okay.
So we'll see how that goes. Blackshear, a quick running back out of the backfield who can also return kicks.
I'm going to leave you by yourself for a split second.
Yeah.
Just a split second.
As Chris steps off real quick.
Just a split second.
This will be a big opportunity for him today. Depending on how they split up the snaps between him and Deontay Foreman, he will definitely have opportunities today to be able to really make a name for himself, not just in special teams, but actually being on the offense today.
I just went to ask Scott Fitterer. He said, wait a minute. I'm just joking.
Well,
I saw him getting closer. Like, I could ask him, but I can't yet. But
he keeps on creeping towards us. I guess the magnetic pole that we have is really doing some numbers on him real quick. All right, so what else do we have?
We're going to go to the inactives for a second.
Okay.
Let me check the inactive list, if it's out there yet.
We got a minute till it officially releases here at 11:30.
Let's see. I don't see it yet. I guess we both don't need to be looking. One of us could be talking while the other's
trying
looking.
to multitask over here,
We
right?
both are, right?
But like I said, with piggybacking off of one of your questions there, J.C. Horn, I hope he plays today. It looks pretty likely that he will. I mean, like I said, he's been practicing pretty much for majority of the week today, or the past week. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully we'll have him out there here today.
Yep. And then Tizzy says it's so loud in there. Wonder if they pump in crowd noise. No, they won't pump in. You guys think it's not loud yet? I promise you, it's not loud yet. It's going to get pretty loud.
Yeah.
Very, very soon, as Andre and I continue to
I
do
would
more
not
people.
be surprised if they did pump some crowd noise, because again,
it'd be obvious.
It'd be obvious.
It'd be obvious if they do something like that.
I know I keep picking on Atlanta, but they're traditionally speaking a late arriving crowd, so I guess we'll have to wait to see when they start to trickle in here.
Let's see. Trill says, "What's up, Chris and Dre?"
What is going on, Trill?
Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're watching and you haven't already done so, please.
Share on all your social medias that are out
there.
Tizzy,
they never pick us like that. Even in 2015, we were counted out the whole season.
Yeah, something about the national media and us. We just never get along with them for whatever reason.
We got another one here. 4 more. Keep pounding. Always tuning in. I appreciate it very much.
Definitely going to be needing some of that energy from them today. Justin Bryant, happy game day. Chris and Andre, go Panthers. And we're hoping for a win today, and it looks like it could be a possibility. I think this is going to be a pretty good matchup for them today.
Corey Kelly, what are your key matchups during the game? Now, I don't go and do a pregame like per person level breakdown. I don't know if you have any comments for that, but I'm not really able to address that. I don't know if you are.
I mean, I'll be keeping an eye on DJ Moore. I want to see how he responds after the week that he had last week. And I also just want to see, just in a general sense, can Carolina do what they did last week and control the line of scrimmage on both the offensive and the defensive sides? If they could do that today, that's a really good recipe for victory today.
Oh, you know what? That is a way to answer it. When they say key matchup, I think like one-on-one, but now that I've heard you respond, I can talk a little bit more. I'm looking for this run of the Atlanta Falcons up against the run defense of the Carolina Panthers, which I think that I just keep feeling like that's going to be a big thing for us to get us rolling in this game. And I'm feeling like, I don't do the predictions, but I'm really feeling like this is going to be a good 2-touchdown kind of victory, margin of victory. That's what I'm feeling.
Hey, that gut feeling, whenever it tells you, you got to listen to it. So I'm hoping that his gut is ready to be true for us here today. And you talk about the run defense for Carolina. Derek Brown really has been a guy that has really performed well this season. He's really starting to break out in his third season with us. So it's really good to see that he's finally starting to get used to the NFL and the speed of the NFL and how different teams attack him, because he's really key into how we are able to stop the run, and he's really the forefront of our run defense.
Why Big Jordan? He says corral
time. You guys, for whatever reason, I keep saying this every week, y'all just have a very odd obsession with Golden Corral, Matt Corral. I mean, yeah, he is a good quarterback, but
I will say this.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to get a professional relationship with Corral and do something with him, because you guys have obviously been talking about him a lot. And man of the people, I work for you, meaning that's now my assignment, okay? So look for that to come up.
So I think we got homework assignment for the next couple of weeks, just to see if you can try to link up with them.
Yeah, so I'm going to try to go through some more comments here pretty quickly.
While you do that, I'm going to try and see if the inactives haven't released yet.
Tim Tizzy loves to see the players in the background. Appreciate it. Now, we can't show you any game action, so if we went long, I'd have to hurry and say, that's it, because we get in major trouble from the NFL for that. But seeing the guys in the back, glad that you appreciate it. Share it with a friend.
Now let me just say this, the inactives are out.
All right, so hold on.
Let me go ahead and pull it up.
I'm going to put it on the screen.
Yeah.
So if you could fill in for a second.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, I think my mic's a little loud. So I'm going to turn the sound down just a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and fill in for a second. I'm going to get this inactive.
So Tim Tizzy, let's see. Let's go down to let's see here. Wow, I am like all over the place right now. Forgive me. But just to piggyback what you said, Tim Tizzy, with what you said, I mean, we'll see what happens today in terms of, how things go with Carolina. I think this is going to be a good matchup for them. So it's 5 players as he starts to pull up the list. But really, again, it's just a reiteration of what they did last week in terms of their game plan. Can they continue to run the ball efficiently with Deontay Foreman and with Blackshear as well? He's going to be a guy that a lot of people are going to be looking for today as another option for them coming out of the backfield. And with J.C. Horn.
I did him wrong. I didn't give him much notice that I wasn't going to be in the video for that.
Right?
Doing good.
Yeah, but anywho, it looks like J.C. Horn is going to be active today, because I'm looking at the list right now, and we're about to show it here on the screen real quick. But, yeah, we're going to see how the secondary goes up against Atlanta's offense. Of course, they're not really prone to passing the ball as much. They're more run-oriented. So I think that will be something that we'll take a look at as well, because, I mean, with our secondary practically being healthy again, that's going to be a key thing to look at as well as the game moves along here.
Well done, Andre.
Yeah.
Like, I had to be off the screen for about 2 minutes, and people are getting closer and closer as we
It's starting to warm up over here, right?
It is starting to warm up, but let's go ahead. I'm going to bring up the inactives on the screen so we can talk about these as they come on up.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Wide receiver Rashard Higgins, which I talked to this week in the locker room, and he said, hey, I haven't got on the field as much as I want to. I've been active, but my confidence isn't going down.
Yeah.
I'm still in good spirits. So just want to pass that along to you, that for the people that want Rashard Higgins to get on, he's still waiting for his time, but
and it will come up soon, hopefully. And then running back Chuba Hubbard is also on the inactive list. So like I said, Blackshear is going to be a really focal part of the offense today, filling in for Chuba Hubbard. So it's going to be a lot of him and Deontay Foreman today. So we'll get to see a little more of Blackshear and what he brings to the table.
Spencer? Might see Spencer?
Yeah.
Might see Spencer out there. All right, let's keep on going through these. Linebacker Aaron Mosby, defensive tackle Davion Nixon, offensive tackle Larnell Coleman.
Yeah.
So those are your inactives for today.
For today's game. So we're coming in pretty healthy, give or take a couple of key players, but really interested to see, again, like I said, with J.C. Horn being back, how he gets reacclimated back into the defense, and whether or not Atlanta chooses to attack him or not as he comes back.
I don't think they should, because he's
not
been
a
out,
smart idea.
Right, he's been out for 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
So he should be definitely healthy at this point, and if he's out there, I feel like, no, you're not going to want to test him. And if they do, I feel
it's
like
not going to end well.
Yeah.
Let's just say that for everybody out there.
All right, let's see here.
Oh, we got another donation.
All right, I'm going to get to it, but
coming up here in a little bit.
Let's see what this says.
Okay.
All right, random camera looked up in great. I'm telling you guys, it's just different, but we're happy. We're having fun out here. I'm going to continue to try to go through these
And I keep looking on our screens too as I look between mine and yours, Chris. I still cannot get over the quality of this camera. I mean, it's just so
nice,
crispy,
right?
so clean. I mean, there's somebody in the comments section right now roasting me about the lack of eyebrows that I have on my forehead. So that's how clear.
The lack of eyebrows?
I guess. I mean,
okay.
That's how clear this camera is. So again, thank you to everybody who's been commenting on the quality, because we're really proud of how clear and clean it looks.
Hey, can I phone my wife for some security? I just need like 2 inches.
Right? I mean.
But nevertheless, this is what we do.
There's more people over here than there is in the stands. You notice that?
It is. All right, so let's go ahead and try to run through these comments here. Probably going to take us about 10 minutes. So we're going to run through these, make sure we shout out everybody. We really, as Andre mentioned, like you guys take the time out to join the show. We want to make sure that we acknowledge. So Justin Bryant, Terrace Marshall Jr. will have his best game today since he's been in the league.
Let's hope so. That'd be really good to see if that were to happen today.
Andre Cunningham is, I think you mentioned, not playing today. Indeed, he's active.
He is active,
so
we'll see.
He's in that position to play today for sure.
Okay.
2 block.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
What's up? Appreciate you.
What is going on? That's a new one
tuning in.
Yeah.
Oh, Dalton Hood. The game will absolutely, positively, 1,000,000% not be streaming.
That is against NFL policy.
As hard, as easy as it could be. We would. I don't think we'd get a slap on the wrist for that one. We'd get the.
We would get the boot.
Pretty quick.
Real quick. So that's not going to happen.
NFL Game Pass or NFL Now, I forget what it's called, but people pay billions of dollars for that right that we haven't paid. So no, not streaming today. Jeremy Chin, he's not healthy yet. He's still on IR. So I think at this point he might have another week before he could be eligible to come on. But he's on IR right now.
And he'll have to get back into the swing of things, kind of like Sam Darnold. So it'll probably be about another 2 to 3 weeks before we see him again.
All right, so I'm going to let you give shout-outs. As I bring these up on the screen, you can just cheat looking over here and go through these. All right, here we go.
We have Daniel Ramos. I hope so. I guess he's referencing Terrace Marshall. Hopefully he'll have a big game today. That's definitely an opportunity for him. T. Thompson, keep pounding. Keep pounding from us and keep pounding to you. We love the comment there. Thanks for tuning on in. Tin Tizzy, again, very active today. Do not touch anything on the mics. The mics is fine and they're ready to go. He's really giving us some feedback today.
I'll turn it back up a little bit, but it looked like it was loud.
Yeah, it was giving us a little bit of some loud feedback there. So why Big Jordan? 200 yards on the ground today could be an option. So we'll see.
Hold on. Let me see if I can do it right.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Hopefully this doesn't.
So you probably didn't hear it.
Yeah.
But we'll play it again.
Okay.
There we go. One more time. Super chat from Digittbr. Use this to buy Andre some.
That was what I was referencing just a little while ago. So.
Well. I'm going to guess more than $5.
Yeah.
I would assume it's at least $5 per eyebrow.
Well, here's the thing. They have like those tattoo eyebrows now.
Yeah.
That's an expensive procedure. So, I mean, if you want to fund that, hey, go right ahead. But we're going to need more than $5. I mean, I guess we could go to like Halloween Express and do that.
If it was $5, it's probably going to fall off well before the end of the show. So we need but we really appreciate the super chat. Appreciate it very much.
Appreciate you for doing that, though. Thanks for tuning on in, man. Spooky Dukesville, JC in the background. There's a lot of players in the background. I see Eddie Pinheiro kicking over your shoulder there, Chris.
Is he?
It looks like.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. My video quality is at 2160. That is 4K.
That is. Hey, brought to you by I wish Walmart, but hey, we appreciate it. Continue to support the channel by at least just
And if
subscribe.
you haven't done it already, if you have that capability on your computer or on your TV, switch it to 4K, and you'll thank us later.
Yes.
Because we are looking real clean today, as they say.
All right, BB, why do players travel with the team if they are on IR? Why not? I mean, a lot of these times, these guys, when you're on IR, you're like, mentally it's tough.
Yeah.
As they said, they want to be out there with their brother. They want to be out there with the teammate. These guys spend a lot of time together. And just because you're not playing doesn't mean you don't want to coach up of the other guys on your team or cheer them on. So Atlanta not being a far flight, he doesn't have any of the guys that are flying. Their injuries aren't going to be bothered by flying. Some guys, if a flight can mess up with their injury, they don't. But in that case, again, if there's an opportunity to be with your brother that you guys are fighting in the trenches with each and every week, than these guys do it. And I don't know if you noticed, but the music is getting a little louder.
Yeah, it's starting to get loud.
Hadn't come full stream yet, but it's getting a little louder.
See more people. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little distracted because I see Dave Tepper off in the distance as well. So maybe we can have him come by.
You think Tepper will stop by?
Oh, we'll see. But he's a very busy man, so we'll let him be. BB, oh yeah, that was the same question. But again, just moral support. That's really what it comes down to whenever they travel with the team.
You know what? It's time for this. You don't hear it, but it's a round of applause.
Oh, okay.
A round of applause. One more round of, and anyway, that's it, man. We made it through all the comments.
All right.
And it's 11:43, and I'm starving. All right. Well, I'll get last one. Last one.
Yeah,
good job.
We got one coming in here late. Vincent Troche. How many more weeks until we get Sam Darnold back? Well, we're going to probably say at least another 2 weeks before he gets back into game shape. But for him to be back, you have to make the assumption that P.J. Walker doesn't play well over the course of these next couple of weeks. So I don't know if anybody wants to see him back. I know Chris, speaking for you, he's not the biggest fan of Sam.
No, I'm not.
In terms of getting back in game shape, it's going to be about another 2 weeks, I feel like, before we can have any shot of him potentially being back on the field.
Even though it's late, I'm going to tell you to hold that mic closer to your mouth. There's so much noise going on around here. All right.
So there's that for you. So I think Chris is ready to hop off.
I'm going to.
I can hear his stomach rumbling amidst all the noise here. So
I'm going to leave you here for a second. I'm going to let you close out, but I'm going to give you guys a treat that we're able to stay on the full broadcast and let you see just how close everybody is. So I'm going to grab the camera for a second, show them the surroundings, and then I'm going to come back to you and let you close it out, all right?
Yeah.
So
he's going to hop off.
You can look here and narrate.
Yeah. He's going to hop off real quick. But again, to everybody out there today, thank you for tuning in, stopping on by, and just making your presence felt today in the comments section. We do appreciate everybody who was, sub-chatting and donating to our channel today as we take a look at all the people who are off to the side right now. I guess they want to wave, I don't know. But there's a lot of people down here on the stands. You'll see Jordan Gross over here to our left and a couple of other people. David Tepper off in the distance. So awfully crowded down here. So that's why we're going to call it quits and head up into the press boxes. I know Chris, he wants something to eat, and we're going to get ready for this game. So for everybody, for Chris and I, don't forget to tune in onto the Charlotte Vibes Twitter page. I will be running the show on there, and hopefully we can come back here later today and root for a Panthers victory. So for Chris and I, we will see you later.